Hello again, how are you girls? Today we will continue the reading the revision sheet and solve it together. We already talked about the 2D shapes and now we will talk about the 3D shape. 3D shapes. Let's remember the 3D shapes together. Yes. Here are the 3D shapes, three-dimensional shape. The first shape is a cube. Let me say cube. Can you see the cube? Wow, very nice. If I roll the cube, I can see, if I put it like this, I can see that I have, wait a minute, okay, here is the cube again, okay. I have what? Yes, say with me. Very nice. I have 6 faces. The first face is here, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and here is 6. Perfect. So for the cube, I have 8 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for the edges, yes, I have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and 1, 2, 3, 4 around. All of them are 12. Yes. Here the faces for the cube are squares. All the faces, all of the cube are what? Squares. Yes. Let's go to the next shape. Okay, the second shape. Yes, here is the cube. As I told you, all the faces of the cube are the same. And all the faces are what? Yes, are squares. Are squares. Let's go to the second one. Yes, here it is. I call it a rectangular prism. Perfect. This is a rectangular prism. For the rectangular prism, I have, yes, I have 6 faces. 1 up, 1 down, and 4 around. Again, 1 up, 1 down, and 4 around. How many corners or vertices? Vertices, I have 4 up and 4 down. They will be 8. How many edges? I have 4 up and 4 down and 4 around. The total will be 12. So again, I have 6 faces, I have 8 vertices, and I have 12 edges. 12 edges. The faces for the rectangular prism are rectangle and sometimes are cube and sorry, are squares and rectangle at the same time. So not all the faces of the rectangular prism are the same. Not all the faces of the rectangular prisms are the same. Let's go to the second face. Sorry, the second shape. Here is it's a sphere. Perfect. It's a sphere. For the sphere, I have 0 edges, 0 vertices, and 0 faces. Here is the sphere. Here is the sphere. Yes, this is what cylinder. Perfect. Let me say cylinder, cylinder. For the cylinder, I have only two faces, one up and one down. No edges and no corners. No edges and no corner. Let me say sphere, sphere. Sorry, not sphere, cylinder. Sorry, cylinder. Yes. The second shape is a cone. Let me say cone, 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 cone. For the cone, I have only one face. It's a circular face. I don't have edges and I don't have vertices. Some book they said that cones had vertex. But if I come back to the definition of a vertex, it means three or more than three edges made together. But we don't have any edges for the cone. So instead of calling this is a vertex, I call it apex. So I accept both answers with a vertex and without a vertex, with a vertex and without a vertex. The last shape, I don't have it here. No, it's here. Yes, that's the shape. It's a pyramid. Yes. For the pyramid, I have one vertex up and four down. There will be five vertices. And how many sides? Yes, four sides for the face down, which is a square, and for a round there will be 8 edges. And how about the faces? Yes, the faces, I have one down, and for a round there will be faces. Five faces. So again, for the pyramid, I have five vertices and five faces and 8 edges. Okay, let's start with your revision sheet. Here as we have page number 4. Read and choose the right answer. 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. Which object has these attributes? Perfect, it's the book. And the book represents a rectangular prism. Number 2, 5 faces, 8 edges, and 5 vertices. Which object represents this shape? Perfect, it's a tent. The tent is the shape of a pyramid. 6 faces, 12 edges, 8 vertices. Perfect is a mystery cube. It has 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. A second, 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. I have 2 objects. Here is the ABC cube, and here is maybe it's a box or a book. The first shape is a rectangular prism, the other one is a cube. Both of them have the same attributes. The difference is that all faces of a cube are the same and they represent squares. They represent squares. This is the last one, 5 faces, 8 edges, and 5 vertices. Again, yes, it's a pyramid. It's here. Perfect. So let's go again to the second page. Yes. Here is we have to identify it's a combination between the 3D and 2D shapes. So let's see together what I call this shape. Perfect, it's a cube. So I have to write cube here. Wait a minute. Okay. It's a cube. Yes, what do you call this shape? Perfect, it's a rectangle. Here, excellent, it's a circle, it's a 2D shape. Here is the gift box. Perfect, it's a rectangular prism. Here is the 2D shape. Perfect, it's a triangle. Here is another cube. Here is, it's not a circle, it has a third dimension. Yes, it's a sphere. What about this? Perfect, it's a cone. What about here? Excellent, 3D shape is a rectangular prism. Here, a cone again, the birthday hat. What about the 2D shape? Perfect, it's a square. Here, the 3D shape with two faces. Excellent, it's a cylinder. Here, the box. Perfect, it's a cube. This can, yes, it's a cylinder. And here is the 3D shape. Perfect, a cone. And here is the ball. It's not a circle, it's a sphere. Amazing. Now let's go to the second page. It's page number 7. Here it is, we have another thing. Here it is to show how to partition a rectangle or a square into equal parts by drawing rows and columns. So let's remember rows and columns. Row means when I'm moving side to side. Column means when I'm moving up and down. So when I want to make columns or rows, I have to count as like this. Here is the question. Write how many rows and how many columns. Teacher told me row is side to side. So here is 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. Teacher told me when I'm counting the columns, I'm going to up and down. So here is the first column, here is the second column. So here I have 2 columns. Let's count the second one. 4 rows side to side. So let's change the color. Oopsie, wait a minute. Okay. Yes, here is the first row, the second row, the third row, and the fourth row. So here I have 4 rows. Let's see what about the columns. I have from up to down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here. How many rows? Only 1. And how many columns? Perfect. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Let's go down. Here we want to partition the rectangle into 5 rows and 3 columns. We have a rule when we want to partition any rectangle. They ask us, they want 5 rows and 3 columns. It's wrong to draw 5 lines and 3 lines. Teacher told me the rows is side to side and the columns are up and down. Imagine if I'm drawing 5 rows by drawing 5 lines, it will be like this. This is the first line, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth. When I want to count how many rows I have, this is the first row, the second, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's wrong. To draw 5 rows, you have this rule. Wait, base. Okay. The first rule is when I have 5 rows, I have to subtract from 5, 1. So how many lines for 5 rows? It's 5 minus 1 equals 4. So for 5 rows, I have to draw 4 lines. And for 3 columns, I have to draw 2 lines because 3 minus 1, the answer will be 2. When I want to draw and I hope to make my lines equals, first I put points. Here I want to draw 4. So you can use a ruler, for example. Okay. And I see here I have it about 10. And I want to make first 4. Here is the first one. Half of 10 is about 5 here. And I will draw the first one. Yes. And the other 2, I make it into halves like this. And here, wait a minute. Yes, and we still have 1 line. So when I want to draw, I prefer, a minute, let me erase. Okay. I want to put first the points. For example, I want to draw 4. So put here a point, and here is a point, and here is a point, and here is a point. And compare with your vision. Are the parts or the distance between the points a little bit equal? Yes, makes sense. So it's wrong. It's wrong, for example, to make the first point here and the second point here, and like this. I don't have equal parts. I try to use my mind and my vision to make equal distance between the point. So again, let's make the first point here, the other point here. So I have here 4, still 1, and still 1. I feel this distance is a little bit big. I bring the eraser. It's a little bit long, sorry. I bring the eraser. Sorry, like I bring the eraser and erase here. Change my point, maybe like this. And then I bring my ruler. Put it here and I draw. Okay, and draw the lines. Oh boy, it's not working. Okay, this is the first. Yes, here is the second. Okay, so sometimes students ask me maybe we can use the ruler to find the measurement because we already took the centimeter and inches. But sometimes I have small or short parts needs to deal with less than centimeter and it's hard for you. So all the time try to use your vision and just just for example estimate where you want to put the point. So here is I'm drawing four lines for 5 rows. Now we want to draw 2 columns. I make the first point here. I have 3 columns so I will draw 2 lines. Yes, and then I check it. Yes, it's a little bit, they are equal. Bring the ruler. And then I use it to draw. Yes. Sorry. Yes. So I have now 5 rows and 3 columns. And most of the shapes of the small rectangles are equal. Okay, here we will continue about the geometry. In this stage, we will talk about the equal and unequal parts. Here we have, you remember that when I want to have equal parts, that means when I want to lay the both part, they will be exactly the same in point. So I said here circle, 7 shapes that have been split into equal parts. For this shape, I don't have 2 equal parts because this part is larger than this. And for sure, this one, the top is less than the bottom. But here is, I have 2 equal parts. For the squares, if I want to split the squares into 2 equal parts, yes, excellent. Here it is. We have equal parts. And here is also we have equal parts, and they all represent force. And for the circle, here it is, we have equal parts, and here it is, we have equal parts. If I'm going down for the rectangles, which parts are equal? Excellent. Here is, and here is. Here is I have 4 equal parts. Each of them represent fourth. And here is I have 3 equal parts. Each of them represents thirds. Let's go to the next. Here, Circle the correct shape. Circle the shape that represent the fraction half. Half means I have two equal parts. Let's come closer. Yes. So circle the shape that represents half. Yes, perfect. The blue is a half. And the yellow is a half. I have only two equal shapes. Two equal parts, sorry. Now I want third. Third means three equal parts and one is shaded. Excellent. Here is we have a third. And here is we have a third. Perfect. Let's go to the second. Circle the shape that represents fraction fourth, four equal parts, and one part is shaded. Excellent. Here is the yellow, and here is the square. Now, number 4. How many halves are there in a whole? Let's go back to the picture. Here is the half. How many half in a whole? Perfect. Two halves. How many thirds are in a whole? Excellent. Three. Three thirds. How many how many fourths are there in the whole? Excellent. Four. So 4/4 in a whole, 3/3 in a whole, two halves in a whole. So okay, we finished today. We talked about already about the 3D shapes, and we talked about how to partition a rectangle into equal parts by representing rows and columns. And we take a brief look about the fraction, how to find the equal and unequal parts, and how we find the half, fourth, and quarters. So this is the end of the session today. I hope that you understand it. We finished from geometry, and we will continue later talking about measuring length. So hope you are fine and see you later. Bye bye.